sweat. Alright. Shalom. Yahweh Shimmy outside Rock Thumb. My brothers, Yahweh Samal, the Thun by Shimmy outside and sisters. Priest and Officer Rakab, Israelite School of UPK. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. As y'all know, we've been dropping this truth, man, since 1969. Worldwide, teaching so-called Black Hispanics and Native Indians the truth according to the Bible, and you know, the importance of brotherhood. Okay, so as y'all know, today is the Brotherhood class. So we're going to get into the Brotherhood scriptures. And we're going to talk about it is basically the importance of loyalty and the duties of a brother. You know what I'm saying? Or a sister or what have you. You know what I mean? When you come into the truth, you know what I mean? This is the type of things that keeps us, you know, tightly woven together. All right? It's the thing that makes sure that our brotherhood and our sisterhood is maintained and it lives and it stays strong and it never folds up. Okay? So, you know, bear with me 1 second. I want to make sure everything's solid. Y'all know how that goes. So, in the meantime, if you could, Baruch Shaw, just hit the like button and the share and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So we can push this truth, man. But yeah, y'all bear with me 1 quick second, all right? See what it do. Okay. All right, we solid on that. Solid on that. Also, John Con Wayne. Hold up, y'all. Let me tighten that up real quick. Tighten this up. Alright, I guess that's as solid as it's gonna get for right now. But yeah. I guess that's as solid as it's gonna get. Alright. No sweat. Alright, so we up on there and all of that. You see on the book. If we up on there. No sweat. Alright, so everything's solid. Everything's solid like it need to be. So with that being said, you know what I mean? Also, if y'all got any questions, make sure y'all put the questions in the chat. Alright? Make sure y'all put them questions in that chat. And you know, I'll make sure I get to them. But in the meantime, what we're gonna spark it off with is Romans the 12th chapter and the 10th verse. Alright? You know what I mean? You know, we talk about unity and what have you, and you know, all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians coming together and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's not something that is supposed to be temporary. You know what I mean? When we come together and we finally unify under the Lord, you know what I mean? That's supposed to be something that's very permanent. You know what I mean? And in order for it to be permanent, there has to be laws that govern the way that we deal with each other, and we have to make sure that we uphold those laws. We have to make sure that we fulfill them, and you know what I'm saying, most of all, we have to make sure that we stay loyal to each other, all right? Because without loyalty, you won't be able to sustain brotherhood at all right? Loyalty is very important. You have to be loyal in order to be down in the truth, all right? So, before I go there, let me see, because I just thought of another scripture. We'll get to that though. We'll get to that. In the meantime, we'll spark it off of Romans 12 and 10, like I said initially. All right. So, with that being said, let's go to Romans 12 and 10. All right. I'm gonna put it like this. All right. Slide that thing right here. Pop that open and all that. Pop that thing up. Open that like that. All right. So, Romans chapter 12 and verse 10. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love. All right. Hold on. Let me see. In honor and preferring one another. All right. Be kindly affectionate one to another. Be kindly affectionate one to another. Like, before you come in the truth, you think we think we know what brotherhood is or what have you like that. But once you really, lock in and you find out what the UPK is about and how the brothers get down in here, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole, level of brotherhood that is, displayed. You know what I mean? A whole different level of brotherhood that is, shown, amongst each other. You know what I mean? Like, for example, let's say, and this is something that, we do by nature, but to make it a point, you know what I'm saying? To stress it and make it an issue just for the sake of brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, is something that you'll definitely only find in the UPK. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you grow up with brothers and sisters and things of that nature, and y'all go to the corner store or something like that. You know what I mean? Because you've been deprived in this kingdom and you understand what it's like to be without, you know what I mean? You can empathize with the next brother or sister that doesn't have something. So if you got a little bread in your pocket or something like that and you go into the store and you see a brother or a sister and they with you and they hungry and things of that nature, you know what I mean? You go in there and you ain't got nothing but $1 on you. You gonna go in there and spend that dollar, get what you was gonna get, and you're going to split it between the both of y'all. You're not going to go in the store and, you fill your face while, your brother or your sister is out there starving. You know what I mean? That is completely unbrotherly. And that's not something that, for the most part that I've witnessed that we do as a people as far as, being selfish to that capacity. You know what I mean? I think that that's something that we do by nature and, just extending brotherhood in, that regard. You know what I mean? But it's taken to a whole nother level in the UPK because now, okay, nature, your nature can make you want to be selfish. You understand? Your nature can cause you to want to, be selfish. You know what I mean? You can naturally want to be selfish because you want to take care of yourself. Like, to make sure that you're good is a natural thing to do, but to have brotherhood is something that's supernatural in the UPK. The brotherhood that we learn in the UPK is a supernatural thing. So in spite of fulfilling all of your needs and your wants and making sure that everything about you is good and intact, we teach brothers and sisters to be absolutely selfless. You know what I mean? Being selfless meaning disregarding your own selfish desires, the things that you want. You want to fill your face, you know what I mean? You want to make sure that you the flyest and the dippest and doing all of this and that. You know what I mean? Listen, we will what you want to do in this truth, man, is like, okay, not even just you know what I'm saying, you'll buy something good and you fill your face with it or something like that, and you break a brother or a sister off or what have you, just a little something, you know what I mean? What it means, we gonna listen. If we go to the store and everybody don't got it or something like that, and there's a brother that does have it, what we'll do is we sacrifice the quality of something for quantity. You know what I mean? So let's say brother wanted to get a steak or something like that, and it was very expensive. You wanted to go to the Texas Steakhouse and treat yourself to a steak and potatoes and you know what I mean, and have a wonderful dinner and things like that. You know what I mean? And the brothers that they was rolling with or sisters that they was rolling with was unable to, spend to that extent. You know what I mean? What we gonna do is we'll say, you know what? Listen, since we all can't eat at the steakhouse, what we gonna do is we gonna hit this corner up. You know what I mean? We gonna grab this bucket of fried chicken and we gonna feed everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody will eat. You know what I mean? So although I can't get a steak, you know what I mean? If it means that my brothers and my sisters and we all eat and we eat abundance and we eat till I fill and everyone is satisfied, you know, then we'll do that. You know what I mean? We go up in there and you see a bottle or something like that, and we want to get a bottle, the most flyest and most outstanding bottle that you can get, the top shelf. You know what I mean? You get the top shelf, most expensive strong that your heart desires. You know what I mean? If we rolling together and we 6 deep, and you know what I mean, you get that little fifth, and you know that thing is not gonna hold all the opium. Well, what are we gonna do then? You know what? Let's not spend $100 on that bottle. You know what I mean? Because we know we ain't all gonna get right on that bottle. You understand? What we will do is matter of fact, grab the Henny, grab the big John, grab a handle of Henny, or grab a handle of Cavassier, and we gonna split it and break it up with the brothers, and we all gonna get right. You know what I'm saying? We gonna eat and we gonna drink till our hearts fill. You know what I mean? And we'll all be joyful, and everybody will be happy and satisfied. You know what I'm saying? So, there's things that we do in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Or a brother don't even have it. You know what I'm saying? I can't count the times brother done threw me something. You know what I mean? A shirt. I ain't have a shirt or something like that, a UPK joint, and a brother break me off and just be like, huh? You know what I'm saying? That's off the strength. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Don't even sweat that. You know what I mean? We give brothers, we all gonna be fly. It ain't, you know what I mean? Like, brothers won't even come to camp in a garment and try to stun on you or nothing like that. You feel what I'm saying? If we all ain't got a garment or something like that, you know what I mean? It's best that we just, all right, let's wait till everybody. We ain't gonna try to come out here and blast everybody underwater or something like that. But if everybody got a garment, come on, let's throw them things on and let's get it right. You understand? And we all gonna flex and we all gonna floss. And everybody gonna be fly. Everybody gonna be fly. Everybody gonna eat good. Everybody gonna drink good. And you know what I'm saying? And that's the spirit of brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Being fair and kind to each other. Kindly affectionate one to another. You know what I mean? That's the ultimate display of brotherhood right there. And it ain't even just in that it's not even just that. But that's just things that come with the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? That you gonna see, just rolling. You know what I mean? It's not every day that you got to, put your life down on the line because we not Christians, man. So we don't really be getting tested like that. You know what I'm saying? We walk outside and there's some cat that's trying to, think he going to punk the UPK or something like that. But if it come down to it, another thing in the brotherhood, which is that you can't count on everywhere is, if we out here and we living selfishly, how can I certainly expect you to, kill and die with me without hesitation? You know what I mean? Without even putting your own life in question first. You know what I'm saying? Like you be in a situation and think, well, dang, do I want to die? You know what I'm saying? That's not even a thought. You know what I mean? The thing is to, you know what? For my brothers, I'm going to eat the bullet. You know what I mean? I'm going to just go and I'm going to eat this bullet. There's no thinking or nothing like that. I'm going to just take it and we going to get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it goes. You know what I mean? There's no thought about it. You know what I mean? It's no thought. That's loyalty. That's brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? So let's say the scriptures say what? Where was that? It was in 10, right? Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another. In honor, preferring one another. And we prefer one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, Salakia, bear with me 1 second. Make sure. Salakia. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Salakia. In honor, you know what I'm saying, and respecting each other, you know what I mean? We respect each other. Preferring one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, preferring one another meaning what? Meaning, like, it's a wonderful thing to be around brothers and sisters in the truth, man. You know what I mean? Because you don't have to, it's a great it's a great sense of relief to be around your brothers and sisters that's in the truth, because we all uphold a certain standard of morality, and we abide by it. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, you know what I mean, we can definitely trust and love one another for that. You know what I mean? Because, you know, when it comes down to it, we will treat each other the way that we want to be treated. Rightfully so. You know what I mean? Without any confusion or any chaos or anything like that, we'll treat each other with the utmost respect. You understand? We'll treat each other like, you know, like the Lord intended for us to treat each other, and we will keep the standard. You know what I mean? We prefer one another. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that we go through as brothers, like that's why it's such a beautiful thing to just suffer with your brothers. You know what I mean? It's such a beautiful thing suffering with your brothers and going through all different kind of, you know, adversities or what have you, because that's the things that make you solid. It's the things that show you the character in the brother. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. Like, you know what I mean? When we go out on the street corners, you know, there's all types of potential threats that we face when we go out on them street corners. We go out on the street corners, you know, we get threatened. You know what I mean? You know, we get things thrown at us. We have people try to run up on us. You know what I mean? We have people being very belligerent in a manner, meaning like they want to fight us and things of that nature or what have you. All manner of things like that. And you know, without a doubt, at any point in time, this is why we, you know, we're not just out there on the street corner without any, you know, protocols or any, you know, structure. We have all of the structure. We have all of the protocols. We have everything set in stone. You know what I'm saying? The water to, you know, the generals and the men that came before. You know what I'm saying? That laid down the foundation. So that way, all we got to do is hit the corners and rock that thing out. And you know what I mean? Just make sure that we follow protocol. You know what I mean? And everything will be smooth. You know what I mean? They done went through all the you know, they went through it all. So that way they know how to operate and function without, you know, any interference or, you know, without being in danger. You know what I'm saying? Knowing the danger that is to come. You know what I mean? When you can foresee the danger that's going to come, now you're able to properly, you know, plan for it and know what to watch out for when you done seen it all. Like, once again, UPK been around since 1969. You know what I mean? So, you know, but I say that because, you know, we go out there on them street corners and our lives is, and we hazard our lives, you know what I'm saying, in the name of this truth. For the Most High, you know what I'm saying, for brothers and sisters in the world. You know what I mean? We go out there and then, you know, the brother that's right there and he's standing with you, like there's no cat in the world that's going to come out there and stand with you. You know what I mean? And you know, no matter how much they say they love you or what have you and things of that nature, if you love me, you would be standing right here with me at camp. You know what I'm saying? That's what you would do. You would be standing right here with me, shoulder to shoulder, on the front lines, you know, at this campsite. Because if it goes down, you know what I'm saying, you know, we should be together if you're my brother. You understand? Because I want to be with you if it goes down. You know what I mean? Why would I want to get a call that, dang, you know what I'm saying, hey, he wasn't at camp, you know what I mean, and such got, you know, they hit such and such. You know what I mean? Lord forbid. You know what I'm saying? But that would, you know, Salaki, that just would not happen. You know what I mean? That's why I said the brothers, you know, we've been trained and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? You know, Lord forbid you get a call like that and you're not there. You know what I'm saying? That would be absolutely heartbreaking to hear some news like that. And you would and should feel absolutely terrible. You know what I mean? But the brother that stand right there, shoulder to shoulder, every camp, you know what I'm saying, just came off a double shift. You know what I mean? Got the crust still in his eyes. You know what I mean? Still tired as I don't know what. Ain't got no sleep. Straight ripping and running and getting straight to the camp and still handling business and following orders and, you know, speaking and reading and passing out flyers and whatever else. You know what I mean? That's the, you know, you got to prefer a brother like that. You know what I mean? You got to prefer a sister that come and she bring food to the camp. You know what I mean? When the brothers is out there and we out there for like 6 hours, you know, standing up, no breaks, no nothing. You know what I mean? On point, on guard. you know what I mean, holding it down without a second to get a bite to eat. You understand? Like that's a wonderful thing. You know what I mean? That's a wonderful sister. Those are wonderful brothers. You know what I mean? And by all means, we should prefer each other. You know what I mean? Versus anybody in the world. Like realistically, we don't have any friends in the world. You know what I mean? If friends is it's a loose term that we utilize often. You know what I mean? We utilize that term very loosely, and we don't hold it with any meaning, just like we do with a lot of things. You know what I mean? And all of that mostly is because of Christianity. You know what I mean? Because you could say one thing and do another thing in Christianity, but you know what I'm saying. What determines anything that you say is what you do. You know what I mean? That's what determines anything that you say. What you do, you know what I mean, it determines what you say. You know what I mean? If what you say is true, all right. So, you know what I mean. We could say we friends or what have you, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean, if you're not showing me with your actions, then you're not really a friend. You know what I mean? You have to show with your actions that you are a friend. You know what I mean? Once again, you can't say that you love somebody and you don't show them with your actions that you love them. You know what I mean? Love is a conditional thing. That feeling of affection that you initially have is that thing runs out. You understand? But the duty, the responsibility that comes, you know what I mean, that you have to make sure that you are consistent and fulfilling, you know what I mean? That's the thing that determines whether you love somebody. You know what I mean? And the brothers and sisters in the UBK truly love each other because we are consistent in keeping the laws of the Most High. You know what I mean? And the laws of the Lord keep and unify Israel like nothing else ever could. Like Islam never could. Like Christianity never could. No matter what black so-called militant organization you want to call it, you know what I mean, ever could. All right? So we got to prefer one another. You know what I mean? And preferring one another, and you know what I'm saying, don't prefer these other nations either. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? We have to prefer one another. And preferring one another, you know what I'm saying? How could I love the police officer that murders my brother dead in the street? It's absolutely ridiculous. You know what I mean? I can't love the man that's beating my back in. I can't love the man that shoots me down. You know what I mean? I say we because we all one. You know what I mean? If you did it to one of my brothers or my sisters, then you did it to me also. You know what I mean? Just like if somebody does something to America, they did it to us. You know what I mean? That's how they see it. Oh, they did it to us. You know what I mean? They Osama bin Laden crashed the planes into the Twin Towers. They did it to us. That's why everybody has a moment of silence. You understand? Because it's inclusive of everybody. You know what I mean? Because you're a so-called American, right? But you know what I mean? When it comes to the nation of Israel, we have to be strictly, you know what I mean, about our people. We have to be strictly about our people, and we can't love the oppressor. We can't love the people that murder our people. You know what I mean? That murder us. You know what I mean? We can't love the people that rape us. You know what I mean? We can't love the people that enslave us. All right? Like no matter what they do or what have you to try to recompense or anything like that, at the end of the day, we still have to love each other and prefer one another over all of these other nations. You know what I mean? And all of that. You understand? So with that being said, let's keep it pushing. Salakia. And let's roll down to bear with me 1 second. Let's roll down to verse 16, all right? Be of the same mind one towards another. Be of the same mind one towards another. Like this is another wonderful thing as well. You know what I mean? Because in a world like we don't have any structure. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing. There's really no such thing as a G code. You know what I mean, in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's never, the G code has never been written. You know what I mean? There's nothing that you could, everybody just makes things up and goes along with it. You know what I mean? And whatever is being enforced the hardest, that's what we acknowledge as far as the G code is concerned. You know what I mean? But there's never been every G code that has ever been written. You know what I mean? So, be of the same mind, one towards another. You know what I mean? You can't be like that if, you think some things is right and I think some things is wrong that you think are right, and vice versa. You know what I mean? We'll always be in contradiction with one another. All right? We will always be in opposition. We will never be perfectly joined in harmony, you know what I mean, in brotherhood. You know what I mean? If we always have a different philosophy or, philosophizing about different things and what is right and what is wrong. You understand? We would never be perfectly joined together. Okay? So, but the wonderful thing, the beautiful thing about the UPK is, when you come into the truth, you start to really see, you know what I mean? You see like, dang, yo, these brothers is all saying the same exact thing. Everybody put their own little thing on it or what have you like that. But at the in essence, when you bring it to the essence, what's being said is the same thing and in the same spirit. You know what I mean? Like, we might verbalize it in a different way, but at the end of the day, when you bring whatever is being said to an essence, it is always being said. What is being said is always the same. You know what I mean? No matter who you get it from, what brother you get it from. You know what I mean? Like, if you get counsel from a brother in the UPK, you know what I mean? Let's just say sometimes you young in the truth, you do things like that. You know what I mean? You get counsel from a brother in the UPK, and you might not be satisfied with the counsel that you received or the advice that you have been given. You know what I'm saying? And you want an answer. You have a preconceived answer that you should receive, so it would permit you to do that thing that you want to do. You know what I mean? So as opposed to just accepting the counsel or the advice that you received, then what you do is you go and ask another brother in hopes that, he'll give you the answer that you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And what you come to find out is what the first brother had told you, the same thing that the first brother told you is the same thing that the next brother is going to teach you. You go to 3, 4, 5, 6 brothers, they all going to teach you the same thing. You're going to receive the same answer because why? Because we are of the same mind. We think the same way. You know what I mean? We have the same stance on everything. There's nowhere where this is right, but that's not right. You know what I mean? Everything we believe in is absolutely 100%, you know what I mean, solid, and we all abide by it, we follow it, and we teach it. You understand? It's like, you know what I mean, whatever comes down from Philly or come down to New York, it's being taught. Whatever is being taught in Philly, it'd be taught in New York. Whatever being taught in New York, it'd be taught in Boston. Whatever is being taught anywhere in a UPK is we're always teaching the same thing because we are of one mind. That's why Salakia, just a sidebar also, you know what I mean, that's why I never really understood the unity camps. Like, okay, you know what I mean, I could for all camps to come together, that's right in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? For all camps to come together, of course, what you would have to do is you would have to come together under the ISUPK. You know what I mean? Under Commander General Yohanan, the general put out the order that all camps is ordered to come together, right? So what you would definitely have to do, if you were to do like the unity camp, it's not right because these cats is all teaching different things and have different belief systems. You know what I mean? And have different beliefs as they pertain to the scriptures and what's being taught and said inside of the records. You know what I mean? So our records. So you know what I mean? It's not really, unity. You know what I mean? Because you're not of the same mind towards one another. Okay? We have diverse ways of thinking, you know what I mean, that will never be perfectly joined. All right? But that's just a sidebar. You know what I mean? But I'll get back to it. But like I said, you know what I mean? Let me read it one more time. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but be... Slakia. What did I say? But condescend to men of low estate, not wise in your own conceits. All right. So be of one. The main thing that I really wanted to draw from this is be of one mind. Be of the same mind, one towards another. You know what I mean? The scriptures say rightly dividing the word. So you just want to pull what is absolutely necessary, the point that you're trying to drive out. You know what I mean? And that's the point that is being driven out here. You know what I mean? Is to, and then another thing too, well, we get to that. All right. We'll get to it. All right. I don't want to jump ahead. I don't want to jump ahead or anything like that. So with that being said, let's actually drop this and we'll go to 2 Samuel 1 and 26. All right. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 1 and verse 26. Okay. Y'all get with me on that. But yeah, man, that is definitely the spirit of the UPK, man. You know what I mean? We all do, and we keep the traditions as well. Oh man, let me not say it because I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Let me let's just keep rocking out. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to that second Samuel. Damn, I'm in Kings, Salakia, bugging. But yeah, bear with me 1 second. We're gonna get to this 2 Samuel's 1 and 26. Start at verse 26. All right. Now bear with me just a quick second. This little page is a little. Yeah, that's how these scriptures rock right here. But it's alright. Maybe alright. You know what I mean? 1 and 26. Let me see what we looking like out here. Alright. Let me just check this joint right fast. I mean, we good on the YouTube and all of that. So let's check this. All right. No sweat. Come on with it. Come on with it. That's right. Okay. All right. So that's solid. Okay. Boom. So what I say? 2 Samuel 1 and 26? All right. I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant hast thou. Let me see if I want to read up a little bit. No, I'll start at 26. Just make sure. All right. No sweat. Okay. Salakia. Y'all bear with me. I'm back now. All right. I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of a woman. Okay? Now, this is another thing, thing that we got to clear up because, they think that, this is some type of homosexual talk. You understand? Between the brother David and Jonathan. You know what I'm saying? They think that this is some type of homo talk when it really is not. You know what I'm saying? And what you have to understand is that, you know what I mean, that what this is saying is like, at the end of the day, your brother is going to be more loyal to you than your woman. You know what I mean? And the reason why that is because, like, you know what I'm saying, women are not soldiers. You understand? Women and children, they not soldiers. But definitely women are not soldiers. And, you know what I'm saying, they're very emotional and things of that nature. And it prevents them from doing the logical thing sometimes. You understand? So, but with brothers, you know what I'm saying, they going to keep the laws before a sister does. You know what I mean? They're going to keep the laws before a woman will. And because they not soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Brothers are soldiers. And because of that, they will keep the laws. You know what I mean? They will abide by those laws and they'll keep them like good soldiers of Christ. You understand? And that's how they'll do that. But, and when it comes to a sister, you know, she'll try to pull you back into the world before she keeps the laws. You know what I mean? Before she try to roll with you, you know what I mean? The brother is just going to roll with you. We going to lock in. We going to see, oh, this is solid. That's real. Boom. You know what I mean? Loyalty amongst each other. You know what I mean? Kill, die if necessary. That type of thing, that's like, yeah. You know what I mean? I like that. You know what I'm saying? And if I was Salaki, if brothers really mean that, let's get it. We can go to war. And I stand by this code, and you know what I mean? I'll war with you till the days is over. You understand? It's straight like that. We'll get it in until it's over with. You know what I mean? Till my last breath, we going to ride out and we going to get it in on these missions. And we going to keep going to camp. we going to keep going to the Passover. we going to keep going to UPK functions always. And we going to hold it down. And if anybody tripping, we will ride out if necessary. You understand? And it's straight like that. You know? Sister going to try to, a brother will stop celebrating Christmas because, understanding the more important things of life, you know what I mean? Loyalty is a priceless thing. Loyalty is very priceless. It's not something that you can purchase. You know what I mean? Loyalty is not something that can be purchased. You can buy Christmas gifts. You can buy, food for the 4th. You can buy fireworks and all of that. And you can do all kind of fun things or what have you with people in the world and things like that. But you can't purchase loyalty. You know what I mean? You can't purchase someone that will kill and die for you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do to purchase that. You know what I mean? That's why cats roll together they roll together forever and ever. You know what I mean? As soon as they get pulled in and they get jammed up, you know what I mean? Somebody telling on somebody. Now he's a rat. I thought he would never do that. Here, this man is my cousin. He's my friend. We supposed to be blood, and he's taking a stand. You know what I mean? Like, listen. That's really what it is. Like things you observe things and say, man, would I give up Christmas to have like you can't even find one loyal friend. You can't find one loyal friend. It's always something wrong with somebody else too. There's always something, it's him and it's him and it's him and it's him. And it ain't never you. You know what I mean? Like it's never me. I never did anything. never did nothing wrong. You know what I mean? But it's you, it's him, it's us. You understand? That's what it really is. You know what I mean? We don't have loyalty. You know what I mean? Because we don't know what loyalty is. You know what I mean? I can't be loyal to you and you can't be loyal to me. You know what I mean? And we could complain about it or what have you. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, there's brothers out there that truly desire, real loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Real loyalty, real brotherhood, and all of that. Somebody that won't sleep with your rib, you know what I mean, the moment you go and you take a leak in the bathroom real quick. And won't be sitting there winking at her and trying to, do things to entice her to get in her drawers. You understand? Things like that will be wonderful. You know what I'm saying? To a brother like, dang, you mean to tell me I can go to prison? You understand? And my best friend is not going to try to do my BMs while I'm locked up. You know what I mean? You mean to tell me I can go to prison and the cats that said they love me, they're going to put money on my books. They're going to really try to get me out. You know what I'm saying? And in the meantime, they're going to send me a kite or two. You telling me that, that's what I can get? You know what I mean? Cats that said they love me to do nothing for me. You know what I mean? When I went out here and I killed for everybody. I went out here and I killed and I shot everybody on the block. Now I'm in here in a hole. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is praising and jumping up and down for glory and, screaming the hood victory and free me and free this and free that. It's free me, but you ain't trying to help me get free. You know what I mean? You don't want me to get free. You're not trying to do anything to help me get free. That's not real loyalty. That is not brotherhood. And there's brothers that truly desire, loyalty. You know what I mean? There's sisters like that also. But, we talking about the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? There's brothers that desire loyalty and will give up Christmas for real loyalty. Will give up Thanksgiving for real loyalty. Will give up Halloween and all of these childish, holidays, and give up Christianity. Give up that Caesar Borgia and give up that Islam and all of that, and will truly give it all up. And because, everybody, every brother that I talk to, they know, they be like, man, that I don't know about that Christian, I don't know about the Bible, man. But when they talk about the Bible, they think you on the Christian vibe until you bust it down for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that, because they know the Christian church is lying. You know what I'm saying? So this brother I get that Christian church, I done gave it up a long time ago. I say, well, dang, the pastor keep telling me I'm going to hell, so if I'm going to hell anyway, I might as well just be a demon. You understand? If I'm going to hell anyway. You understand? Well, I live in hell, so I have to be a demon to survive in this hell. And since that's the case, and I'm going to go to hell, I might as well just be a demon anyway. You understand? But they look, and I'll give up that Christianity, and I'll give up that Islam. You bust it down to a brother. Yeah, the Islam is a more masculine religion to follow than Christianity. I'll give them that. You know what I mean? When you watch movies like Malcolm X and, you start looking at real Malcolm X, the footage that the cat had and the interviews and stuff like that and all that type stuff from when it came to Islam and, the pro-black stuff that they was trying to do or what have you. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you say, dang, but they took out Malcolm, though. You understand? You look at what happens between them and you say, man, but there really ain't no loyalty there. You know what I'm saying? It really is not no brotherhood in that. And I'll give up Islam. You know what I mean? I'll give up Islam. I'll give up Christianity. I'll give up, 4th of July, letting off fireworks. You know what I mean? I'd rather go to the gun range and bust guns with my brothers anyway than let off a firework. What the heck I'm letting off fireworks for? You know what I mean? That's something you do when you're getting high. I'll put down the blunt for real loyalty. I will do that. You know what I'm saying? A sister is not going to see it like that. A sister going to see it like, man, Christmas is such a wonderful thing and, a great tradition to keep. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving is such a unifying event. You know what I mean? And the festivities are so alluring that it's impossible for me to resist them. You know what I mean? And I want you to come and lock in and get down with that with me. You know what I mean? Not understanding that, to pull a brother out like that is like, that's not real loyalty. You know what I'm saying? To see a brother and see that a brother has made tremendous amounts of change and going in a positive direction and doing things, rightfully and in righteousness, and then try to, pull him back into a place where, he was unrighteous. He was doing things that were not righteous. You sitting there, you popping all them fireworks, and the reason why you popping all them fireworks is because you are very high. You are very, very, very high. You understand? Very high, and you want to see the lights, and it's tripping you out, and you like the loud explosions and all of that because you are very high out your mind. You understand? It's a trip to see things like that. You know what I mean? To light it and then run away from the fire so you don't get blasted on. You know what I mean? Or shoot, having a what is it? I forgot what was that? Shooting fireworks at each other. You know what I mean? Doing high and dumb things. You understand? That's why we're doing it. You know what I mean? But you want to pull a brother back into that. You want to pull a brother back into it, getting that back on the fireworks, and you want him back on the block. Next thing you know, you shooting guns in the air. You know what I mean? The police is sliding through and all of that, and you're running and things like that, and doing all kind of craziness, and just dumb things. You know what I mean? And the broad will try to pull you back into that after you done left all of that behind you. You know what I mean? Left all of that behind you. Pull you right back clean into that and won't have any care for it. You know what I mean? Which is not, that's not loyal. That's not a loyal thing to do. You know what I mean? That is a disloyal thing to do. All right? You know what I mean? But the brothers is going to keep it solid. You know what I mean? And that's what he talking about here. You know what I'm saying? Love surpass a woman. You know what I mean? Brother, you know what I mean? If it's time for action, I remember Cap always bring this joint up. You know what I mean? With the movie Belly. You know what I'm saying? With the brother, he what was it? Nas was laying in the bed with his rib, and X hit him up on the jack, and he like, yo, I need you to come out here, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? It's time to, do some things or what have you. And the brother Rib, you know what I mean, knowing that that's his friend and that his friend is, in trouble, and knowing that he can help him get out of the trouble, don't, wants him to stay. Please, just stay, don't go. You know what I mean? Without any regard for that brother's life and not understanding what he's going through. But what does the brother do at the end of the day? He get up and he get out there and he goes suit up, boot up, and go meet his mans in the field and get it in. You understand? So that's what it's talking about. When it say the love surpass a woman, like brothers be inseparable. You know what I mean? You got brothers that roll together and they be tight. You understand? What do brothers always say, man? You know what I mean? I don't want to say, but they say bros before. You understand? It's brothers before, you know what I mean, over the, you know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? And that's how that goes, all right? So where we was at, though? All right. So with that, let me see where we at. No sweat. All right, no sweat. So we're going to keep it pushing. All right. We keep it pushing. Let's go to Matthew 5 and 23, all right? Let's go to Matthew chapter 5 and verse 23. Just touching on brotherhood just a little bit, all right? Matthew chapter 5 and verse 23. All right. Let me see if I want to go up a little bit. Let's start at 21. All right. So we go to Matthew, the 5th chapter, and we'll start at verse 21. Okay. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 21. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, right? Meaning this is where old time, meaning in the Old Testament, this is where this have been said. All right. Thou shalt not kill, right? That's a law. That's a written law. That's a statute in the Old Testament that thou shalt not murder. All right. It is unlawful to murder someone. All right. What is a murder? A murder is an unjust killing. You know what I mean? There's times where, you know what I mean, death is acceptable, you know what I mean? But there's also times when it is unacceptable and when it's unjust, where it's just and when it's unjust, you know what I'm saying? So when it's unjust, that is something that is unlawful to do, all right? And we have all heard where it says, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. Everybody knows that, all right? So you have heard where have been said of old time, by them of old time, thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. So, and whosoever shall murder will be in danger of the judgment. All right. What is the judgment? The judgment is the punishment. So you heard that. Okay. Let's read on. But I say unto you, I'm going to read. Before I do that, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. Right. So now Christ, this is Christ. When Christ came on the scene, what he did was, you know what I mean? A lot of people think when Christ came on the scene, what he did was change the law. You know what I mean? He started changing things and what have you like that. But what Christ was doing, it wasn't that he was changing the law, but Christ understood the spirit of the law. You know what I mean? And because he understood the spirit of the law, he was able to, you know, raise the standard when it came to things pertaining to the law. You know what I mean? So Christ basically made the law more hardcore. You know what I mean? He made it a hardcore thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't like just, you know, we just following the written word. Okay, boom, the word, the word. I mean, that's why when he said, you know, as you know, everybody knows what adultery is. Adultery is when a man sleeps with another man's woman. You know what I mean? With a married sister, all right? Or when a sister who is married sleeps with another man besides her husband. All right? So everybody knows that, man. But Christ, when Christ came on the scene, it wasn't that he changed the law of adultery, but what he was doing, he was making it more hardcore because he understood the spirit of the law. You know what I mean? So when he said, I say unto you that whosoever shall look on a woman, you know what I mean, to lust after her, have committed adultery already. Paraphrasing. You know what I mean? Meaning you sit there, you look at a sister, and you don't know she got a man, but you looking at her, you know, or what have you. You know what I mean? Versus just going up to her and asking her if she has a man, versus just sitting there lusting after her. Be like, hey, sis, shalom, you know, my name is such and such, you know, do you have a man or what have you? Doing. You know what I mean? Get it right there. You know what I'm saying? Or versus just looking at her, or even, you know, a sister got a man and you know she has a man, and you sitting there looking at her in a way like you want her and things like that, like you'll do things to her or whatever. You know what I mean? Christ was like, you committed adultery in doing that. That's because Christ made the law more hardcore. And the same thing he doing right here. You know what I mean? He made adultery more hardcore. He made brotherhood more hardcore. And it's because he was in the spirit, all right? So let's read on. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time. Salaki, this doing all upon the priest. Said of them of old time, whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. You know what I'm saying? You just be like, you just hating your brother for no goddamn reason, you will be in danger of the judgment. That's the importance of brotherhood as well. You know what I'm saying? To like, okay, like to liken hating your brother in your heart to murder. You know what I mean? We all see murder like it's such a, you know, that's a extreme thing to do, is to murder somebody. Murder is an extreme thing to do, right? But to hate your brother in your heart, that is also an extreme thing to do. You know what I mean? It's as extreme, it's equivalent to murder. And, you know what I mean, if you hate your brother in your heart, you know what I mean, you are equivalent to a murder, and you deserve the same judgment, the punishment that a murder receives for hating your brother in your heart without any reason for it. All right? Once again, this is the importance of brotherhood. So let's read on. Shall be in danger of the judgment, and whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, right? So whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, what does Rakah mean? Rakah means worthless, right? So you call somebody worthless, all right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got sisters that call brothers deadbeat dads and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't even do that to a child and make them want to dishonor and view their father in a terrible light or anything like that. But you got sisters that call a brother a deadbeat or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you just this Father's Day, I done seen it already. Where, you know what I'm saying, it's a shout out to somebody. I seen some trash like that. You know what I mean? And you know, F the deadbeat dads and stuff like that. Shout out to the real fathers. You know what I mean? That was a good night. That is a terrible thing to say. You know what I mean? You calling somebody worthless. You know what I mean? You ain't, you know, understand? You don't do, you ain't, You know what I mean? Absolutely trying to belittle somebody and be condescending to them. All right? Knowing that that's your brother or your sister or what have you like that. So, let's read on. Shall be in danger of the judgment. You know what I mean? And like saying horrible things like that, you'll be in danger. Salakia. Like, violating the brotherhood is a very serious thing. You know what I mean? It is dead serious. It's as serious as death. All right? And, you know what I mean? When you violate the brotherhood, you know what I mean? You could be punished with death. All right? You know what I'm saying? Pray the Lord have mercy on you, you know what I mean? And all of that, and for forgiveness or what have you. You know what I mean? But let's read on. And whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. I say unto you, Rakah shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say thou fool shall be in danger of hellfire. You know what I mean? And hellfire, let's not say, let's get the Christianity off the hellfire. You know what I mean? Hellfire is not like some place underground. Right? So let's hold on, bear with me one second. See where I'm at. Keep losing my place. Shall be in danger of hellfire. Let me see. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, right? So you bring your gift to the altars or what have you. And there rememberest that thy brother have aught against thee, right? Leave there thy gift before the altar. Leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. This is showing like, you know what I mean, once again, the importance of brotherhood and how, you know what I mean, this is the you know, making sure that we maintain brotherhood between one another is our top priority. You know what I mean? Not bringing a gift to the altar or, you know what I mean, whatever you can imagine to do that we perceive to be righteous. You know what I mean? Whatever you can perceive to be righteous or what you think you're doing that's rightful in the sight of the Lord, and you do that thing and you are attempting to do it, but in the process of you doing what you believe is righteous and rightful in the sight of the Most High, if at any moment you should recall that you have any, you know, unfinished business or somebody is offended by you or you've offended someone else, meaning a brother or a sister or what have you, leave your gift before the altar and then go make amends with them. Go make right that situation. You understand? Because that's more important, Salakia. Because that's more important than leaving a gift before altar, bringing a priest a gift or something like that, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood is, you know what I mean, one of the greatest commandments. You know what I mean? Brotherhood is one of the greatest. The second greatest commandment is to love your neighbor as yourself. You know what I mean? To love your brother as yourself, meaning those who come from the same blood lineage as you. You know what I mean? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians all together. All right? Bear with me one second. Let me read that one more time. Okay. I think that was what I was trying to get to. What I said, 23? Yeah, that's it. Salakia. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother have aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. Okay? And it's another thing too, right? You know, brothers leave this truth also because they can't forgive their brother. You understand? Now this brotherhood is like this, like forgiveness, Salakia, is like the super glue. You know what I'm saying? That keeps brotherhood together. You know what I mean? You got some brothers that will leave the truth because why? Because they can't forgive another brother. You know what I mean? You have that. They can't forgive another brother, and because they can't, they'll fall out of the truth. You know what I mean? Which is absolute nonsense, man. You know what I mean? Shalaki. You know what I mean? It's absolute nonsense to not be able to forgive somebody. And then furthermore, like how in the heck you got the audacity to not forgive another brother or another sister when if that's the type of if that's the type how we moving, then with that being said, the Lord shouldn't have forgave us with our filthy selves. You know what I mean? We were absolutely filthy and disgusting and as wicked as could be, and yet and still the Lord forgave us for being as wicked and disgusting and as nasty as we could ever be. You understand? The Lord forgave us, but yet and still we are not able to forgive someone who has offended us, and we'll leave the truth. You know what I mean? Leave the truth and just, disregard the forgiveness that the Lord has given to us because we are able to unforgive somebody. You know what I mean? We be like, man, forget the Most High and how He forgave me for everything that I've done. You know what I mean? I'm out of here because I can't forgive this cat for what they did because they said something about me on Facebook. You understand? When I'm sure we've all done far greater and far, when I say greater, I mean meaning worse things than write a Facebook post about, something wicked. You know what I mean? We all hoard off on the Most High in Christianity. We all hoard off on the Most High in Islam. You know what I'm saying? Which is great, tremendous, wickedness. You know what I mean? And it should be absolutely unforgivable. But the Most High in His mercy was able to forgive us for, our disloyalty. You know what I mean? Able to forgive us for the the countless mistakes that we've made. You understand? And we have the audacity to leave the truth because we are unable to forgive someone else. It is absolute insanity, man. And that's why the Christian church must burn. You understand? Spiritually. It has to burn all the way down to the ground. You know what I mean? To dust. You know what I mean? Because of things like that. You know what I mean? Because that's how we move. You know what I mean? And brotherhood, like being in the truth as well, you know what I'm saying? We are held to a higher standard. You know what I mean? Especially the Most High holds us to a higher standard than a brother or sister in the world. You know what I mean? That's why the scriptures say, he that, paraphrasing, he that know more shall be beaten with many stripes. He that know less shall be beaten with few stripes. So the Lord is going to definitely hold us to a higher standard than He does some brother or sister in the world that just don't know no better. You understand? So, you know what I mean? It doesn't, and this is another thing too. Forgiveness doesn't just apply to brothers and sisters that are in the truth. You know what I mean? That's another thing. That doesn't just apply to brothers and sisters that's in the truth and be like, man, wow, you know what I'm saying? Well, I can't forgive these cats in the world, man. This cat owed me $20 in the world and I cannot forgive him for it. You understand? But we forgive each other in the truth. Nah, that's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? We got to be like our King. We got to be like Christ. You know what I mean? And that's what fishes brothers and sisters in. You're not going to fish brothers and sisters. If we just like them, then why would they ever want to follow us? You know what I mean? They're going to have to notice something that is absolutely different in you, and they're going to have to be like, there's something different about this brother. You know what I mean? Surely I've offended him in a great manner, and yet and still he was able to forgive me. Not to saying be a sucker or nothing like that. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying be no sucker or what have you, and just keep getting played. And forgiveness, brother. Jesus heals all. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But forgive brothers and sisters in the world as well. The same way that you forgive brothers and sisters in the truth. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's we are here to be an example unto them. You know what I mean? Like that's magnifying the office. That's making this look that's making the truth look like a wonderful thing, because how many times have we never been forgiven by somebody? You know what I mean? We can remember, and everybody never forgives us for what we do. And we can all remember that one cat or somebody that just never forgave us and can't forgive us. And we can remember those brothers and sisters that we can't forgive. You know what I mean? I can't forgive him. I can't forgive her for doing this or that. You understand? So, brother come to you and it ain't no sweat, man. You know what I mean? You know what? Don't even worry about that. You got it. We all solid. All right, brother? You know what I mean? Or what have you. And you know what I mean? Straight like that. And keep things rolling. You know what I mean? Now, not to say that you might deal with that brother if you notice that he has a weakness or anything. You know what I mean? And then furthermore, you know what I mean? We have, like I said, we are being held to a higher standard. You know what I mean? And then we have to understand that we've been given tremendous amounts of wisdom by the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, why in the heck are you going to loan somebody $20 in the world and expect to receive the money back? They're in the world. You understand? You know what I mean? You should just look, and to even get mad at them is like, well, I did a very dumb thing. You should get mad at yourself. You know what I mean? And say, that was very stupid of me to give them money, knowing that they smoke weed. You understand? I gave him, he said, asked for $20 and said he's going to give it back. He's buying weed with it. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, because I would have bought weed with it if I wasn't in the truth. You know what I mean? And I would have kept buying weed and keep buying weed and not have no money and just keep smoking all the weed. You understand? And then, so how can I be mad at this brother when he has a drug addiction problem? You know what I mean? First of all, let's have some compassion toward one another. You understand? You gave $20. You gave $20 to a brother or sister in the world. What did you expect? You understand? Did you expect them to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord and go to thy brother and thy brother alone and, satisfy the debt? Is that what we expected? We should not expect that. You know what I mean? The Lord gave us a tremendous amount of wisdom, and we should be able to have better, discretion than that. All right? So, you know what I mean? Yes, forgiveness applies to brothers and sisters in the world, and it also applies to brothers and sisters in the truth. All right? So with that being said, let's go to John 13, and we start at verse 7. John 13 and verse 7. Let's get there. All right. That's right. 13 and verse 7. Bear with me 1 second. Y'all know I got to do my periodic checks. Okay. I got to check periodically just to see what's going on here. And then once I do, we can get back to what we was on. All right. So, with that, bear with me. Let's see. John chapter 13 and verse 7. All right. Let me see if I want to start up. Bear with me. Yeah, I'm going to go up a few verses just so we can get the context. All right. Okay. I guess we could start at verse 1. I'll just start at verse 1, all right? It's not too much reading, okay? We ain't right up on a time or nothing like that anyway, so. All right. John chapter 13 and verse 1. All right. Now before the feast of the Passover. So now before the feast of the Passover, this was before the high holy day, the Passover, You know what I mean? When we celebrate and memorialize the Lord delivering us out of, the bondage that we were in Egypt under the Ethiopians. All right. So let's read on. When Jesus, meaning Yahweh, the world ignorantly calls Jesus, all right, knew that his hour was come, meaning the time where he was going to have to be crucified. He knew that his hour was come, all right, that he should depart out of the world unto the Father. You know what I mean? That he should, as he was going to leave this society, he was going to leave this world, and he was going to go to the Lord. You know what I mean? He's going to give up the ghost, all right? Having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end. And then there's another cut right here. It say, having loved his own which were in the world. You know what I mean? Meaning Christ loved his own people. Christ loved blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Christ was pro-black. He was a pro-black revolutionary, the most pro-black revolutionary you've ever met. You understand? You've ever heard about. So like you never met Christ. So like I don't want to promote none of that. You know what I mean? People thinking they meeting Christ and they in a relationship with him and things like that. But you know what I mean? Christ loved his people, man. He was strictly about his people, and he loved his people. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right? He loved them unto the end. All right? And supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. All right? So they supper ended, and now when the supper was over, you know what I mean? Now Judas scheming. All right? Judas scheming, the devil talking, Satan talking to him, and he's like, yeah, all right, no sweat. Now it's the time. This is the perfect time to strike. All right, let's read on. Yahweh Shai, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, Salaki, and that he was come from God and went to God, he riseth from supper and laid aside his garments. All right. So Christ and took a towel and girded himself. So Christ, you know what I'm saying? He laid aside his garments, you know what I mean, and he girded himself with a towel. All right. So just think of the towel like a large beach towel or something like that. All right. You know what I mean? You got these big beach towels that you wrap around you about 10 times. You understand? Huge joint. Okay, he set aside his garments, and it don't say that he got butt naked either. You understand? Like we got garments that we wear. You know what I'm saying? The garment we wear it. You know what I mean? When we doing the work, especially when we go to like, you know what I mean? We have high holy days, or you know what I mean? We have days of observing like feast of dedication and things like that. You know what I mean? We put on our garments, and when it's all said and done, the service is over, we take off our garments. And we set them aside. You know what I mean? Take off your war belt, take off your garment, you know what I mean? Take off your armbands, your headband, and you know, now you chilling, all right? Let me see. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet. So now he poured water in this joint, and then he began to wash the disciples' feet. Okay, and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded. He was wiping them with the towel he had put on. All right. So he cleaning the disciples' feet. He's washing the dirt off of their feet. Okay. Simon Peter saith unto him, Lord, not my feet. Oh, Salakia jumped down a whole lot. Then cometh he to Simon Peter, and Peter saith unto him, Lord, doest thou wash my feet? You know what I mean? Peter, he's overzealous brother. You know what I'm saying? And he had respect for the rank. And he understood that Christ outranked him. He like, Salakia, sir, why are you washing my feet? He couldn't understand why Christ was washing his feet. You understand? because in his mind that was all twisted and out of order. All right. Yahushua answered and said unto him, what I do thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. Peter saith unto him, thou shalt never wash my feet. Yahushua answered him, so like, this is what I'm saying. Peter was a little overzealous and things like that, you know what I mean? And he had respect for the rank. That's why he's telling Christ, you should never wash my feet. You know what I mean? You should never wash my feet, because as he see it, he think that he need to be washing Christ's feet. You know what I mean? He like, man, if anybody need to be washing anybody's feet, I need to be washing yours. You understand? So let's read on. Yahushua answered him, if I wash thee not, thou hast no part with me. All right. Simon Peter saith unto him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. You know, now Peter like, yo, hold up. Christ saying, I can't roll with him if he don't wash my feet. Well, Salagia, sir, you wash my hands and wash my head and whatever else, you know, understand. If it means I can roll with you, so be it. Let's you know what I mean. I'm gonna roll with you regardless of what we have to do. If it means you washing my feet, so be it. You know what I mean. But to get my hands too and all of that, you know what I mean. That's Peter trying to let him know. You know, I'm listen. I want to roll with you. You know what I'm saying. I'm trying to roll with the King of Israel. Okay. So with that being said, let's read on. Yahushua saith unto him, he that is washed needeth not, save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit, and ye are clean, but not all. Okay? And ye are clean, but not all. Okay. Bear with me 1 second. So, This is like, and this is also like for like baptism also, you know what I'm saying, to show that, you know, water can be used to teach something symbolically. You know what I mean? You can Christ was, you know, he was washing the disciples' feet as an example to teach them something from what he was doing. You know what I mean? It was symbolic. It was a symbolic way of teaching them. And what he was trying to teach them is that, you know, if you outrank the men that you outrank, you are responsible for cleaning them. And that is brotherhood also. Like, correction is brotherhood. You understand? Like, you see a brother and the brother going off and things like that, you want to correct the brother and get him right back on the right path. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to let him just keep straying off to the right or the left. You know what I'm saying? You want to get him back centered on his game. You understand? And so if, as a man that outranks other brothers, it's your obligation to spiritually clean them. You understand? You want to spiritually clean them brothers and sisters that are under your command. You understand? And that's, you know, that's why we go out and we hit the street corners, you know what I'm saying? And we drop the truth, and, you know, we on the internet and we teaching and we dropping the truth or what have you, because it's our obligation, you know what I mean, as disciples of Christ, you know what I mean, men of the Lord, to spiritually cleanse our brothers and sisters that's out there in the world. You know what I mean? Spiritually cleanse them, clean them of the Christianity, shake the Christianity off them like it's dirt. You understand? Just shake it off, pat the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Get them right, clean it off, wash it off them. Whatever we need to do, we need the spirit. We must clean our brothers and sisters spiritually and get them right and back as solid before the Lord. All right. So let's see. Okay. All right. And then like Christ said, when Christ said, you know, when he said ye are but not ye are not all, let me just read what it says. You know what I'm saying? It's right here. All right. Ye are not all clean. When Christ had said that, who he was referring to was Judas. You know what I mean? Because Judas was amongst them, and that's who he was referring to when he said, "Ye are not all clean, though." You know what I mean? Because Christ had cleaned them brothers. You know what I'm saying? He had spiritually cleaned them. You know what I mean? By teaching them the truth according to the Most High. All right, and teaching them the Lord's will, and them brothers kept that, and they stood firm in it, and you know what I mean? They got cleaned up. Salaki, you know what I mean? They got cleaned up for it. You understand? But there was a brother amongst them, Judas, who did not get clean. You know what I'm saying? He was unclean. He was spiritually defiled. You understand? He was filthy spiritually. You know what I mean? To betray Christ, the King of Israel, you know what I mean? Our King who died for the whole nation to get us right back with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Judas betrayed him. You understand? So, let's see. See if I want to read on. Bear with me. Now, boom, this is it. This is the point right here. Let's drop down to 15. For I have given you an example. Like I said, this was an example that Christ was making. You know what I mean? You can do things physically. You can do things to make an example, to make a statement. All right? When you know what I mean? There's things you could do where you don't have to verbally state anything. You know what I mean? But just by what you do can speak for you. All right? So let's read on. For I have given you an example that ye should do as I have done unto you. All right? And that's what he's saying. What I did to you is I cleaned you. You know what I mean? And you should do that like I did to you for other brothers and sisters. Clean other brothers and sisters the same way that I cleaned you. You know what I mean? Let's not short anybody, you know what I mean, of what they deserve. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Of what we was given, because, you know, we was all given, you know, we was all given the proper due diligence and attention that it took to restore us back to life. You know what I mean? When we was all dead in the world. You know what I mean? And we came and found this truth, and it took great strength from brothers to keep coming to camp and keep teaching the classes and coming through on 10 every time. You understand? And you know what I mean? That's what Christ was saying. He like, man, we got to make sure that y'all, you got to make sure that you clean brothers and sisters the same way that I cleaned y'all up, man. You know what I mean? And not short them of what they deserve in that. All right? So let's read on. Let's, matter of fact, yeah, let's read on, all right? Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. All right? Meaning what? Meaning, you know, if Christ can you know, give up his whole, if Christ can give up his whole entire life in order, what's going on here? Oh, okay. If Christ could give up his life, you know what I mean, and his personal desires in order to make sure that, you know what I mean, brothers and sisters, you know, come back to the Lord and the truth and things like that, you know what I mean, then what makes us think that we would not have to do the same thing? If Christ made tremendous sacrifices for us, what makes us think that, you know, us having the knowledge of the truth, we won't have to make tremendous sacrifices for brothers and sisters that are in the world? You know what I mean? So, with that being said, let's drop that, and let's go to, let me see if I want to go to that. Y'all bear with me. Yeah, let's go to 1 John 2, and we'll start at verse 18. So 1 John 2 and 18, let's get it. All right. Y'all bear with me while I get to it. Jesus. Okay. Uh-huh. That's right. Salakia. Salakia. Come on with it. That's right. These pages, man. Alright. So now we here, right? So 1 John, okay, chapter 2. Let me see. I'm gonna just see if I want to start at 18 or go up. Bear with me. Y'all start at verse 18. 1 John 2 and 18. Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come. Okay, even now are there many antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time, right? So now, like, with all that spooky Christian stuff and, the conspiracy theory videos surrounding the Bible and stuff like that, I know, what I'm saying, we sitting there, we all done it, spark a blizz and start turning on wild conspiracy theory videos and stuff like that and all of that, you know what I mean? And, that ain't, the Antichrist is not some cat that's going to come back and going to show you that you in the last times. You know what I mean? It's not going to be one definitive, some cat that comes from another planet and he jumps up and he got horns on his head and I'm the Antichrist and I'm ruling over here now. You know what I'm saying? And we are in the last times. That's not how it goes. You know what I mean? Antichrist is just anyone that is against Christ. And if you celebrate, the 4th of July, if you celebrate Juneteenth, if you celebrate, Thanksgiving, if you celebrate all of these holidays, if you entangled in Christianity and you're entangled in Islam and things of that nature, then, you are an antichrist. You're against Christ. Anti means to be against, in opposition to. So to say antichrist just simply means against Christ. All right? And if you're not with Christ, if you don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord like Christ did, and you don't follow the example that he laid down for us, then you are against Christ as well. And this is how we know that we in the last times. You got all different manners of Christian preachers and things of that nature, and they out here and they are anti-Christ. The Christian preacher is anti-Christ because they teach contrary according to what the Lord laid down. You know what I mean? And Christ taught what the Lord taught. You understand? Christ obeyed the Lord's will. Okay? That's how our king gave it up. But these other cats, not at all. You understand? These other cats have not done so at all. Okay? So, let me see. Alright. Let's see. And furthermore, just to make a more bolder statement, anybody that is outside of the UPK is an antichrist. You are against Christ if you are outside of the UPK because you have teachings that are against the Spirit of the Lord. All right? And that's another thing. All right? It goes against the teachings of Christ because, of course, in the UPK, we teach what Christ taught. All right? So, let's bear with me 1 second. Let's go to verse 19. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us. All right? Meaning what? You got brothers that left this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's a horrible thing to have a brother lead the truth. It's a horrible thing to have a brother leave the truth and what have you. You know what I mean? But it show you where they was at. You understand? It showed you where they was at with it and how serious they was about it. You know what I mean? And it shows you that they were not loyal. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing. It's a better thing if, you know what I'm saying, you get out of here as a trooper. You understand? Like, it's better if you don't even make it to a trooper. It's better if you leave as a young man. You understand? Don't even acquire the rank of being a trooper in the UPK if you intend to leave at any point, or if you're unwavering. I mean, if you're wavering in any way. You understand? Don't even come in here and waste the precious time of the men of the Lord. You know what I mean? We are not for, you know, that dumb stuff. You know what I mean? If you want to do that, take that somewhere else. If you coming through in all seriousness, by all means come through, and we embrace all brothers and sisters with open arms. You know what I mean? Because we love our people like that. But if you are not serious, just stand down. You know what I mean? And we'll respect you more for it. You know what I mean? Than, you know what I mean, playing around with this truth, because this is not something to be played around with. This is very serious. This is a very serious and delicate thing, and you do not want to play with this here. All right? So respect the truth. All right? And then furthermore, like I said, that's a disloyal thing. That's a disloyal thing to do. Why? Because it's equivalent. It's like it's nigh onto, you know what I mean, you being in a physical fight. You know what I mean? And you being jumped. Okay? You being jumped by 4 or 5 cats. It's the equivalent to you being jumped with 4 or 5. You've been rolling with this cat. You and this cat been rolling all day. Y'all been doing busting moves, chilling and all kind of things, screaming at shorties and things like that. And you know, you consider this brother to be your brother. You know what I mean? You think he'll go to that extent for you, and then all of a sudden y'all pull up at the bus stop. You know what I mean? And y'all see some cats you got some tension with. Okay? You see some cats you got a little tension with, and you know what I mean? They proceed to jump you. You know what I mean? It's 2 of y'all and it's 5 of them, and they say, you know what? We up on them. It ain't no rules. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Let's get them. Boom. And then, you know, as you're getting jumped, you know what I mean? The cat that you considered to be a loyal friend to you just so happens to run off on you. You know what I mean? Run in the midst of the battle. Straight abandon you to be, you know, to get your behind whooped by 5 cats all by yourself. You know what I mean? That is no brother. He was never a brother, man. You understand? Never a brother at all. You know what I mean? Not at all, man. And it's horrible. So when you leave the truth, you know what I mean? You come through and you leave the truth. That's what you're, you know, doing. You're doing that right there. Spiritually, it's the same principle as doing that. All right, it's not carnal like being jumped by 5 cats, 5 to 2, but it's in a spiritual sense, it's comparable. All right. So Salakia, let's go to Revelation 12 and 10. All right. Let's go to, man, let me see if I want to go to that one last. I'm gonna skip Revelation and I'm gonna go straight to 2 Thessalonians 2:12. What is it? 2 Thessalonians 2 and 13. All right. So let's go to 2 Thessalonians. All right. Up. 2 and 13. Okay. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 13. But ye brethren, be not weary in well doing. Okay. Let me see if that's what I wanted. Make sure. Be not weary in well doing. And if any man obey not our word by this epistle, note that man, and have no company with him, that he may be ashamed. All right. Yet count him not as an enemy, but admonish him as a brother. Okay. So we're not going to count you as an enemy, but admonish you as a brother. All right. Bear with me 1 second. So, like I said, let me read it from the top one more time. Salaki. What was he at? 2:13. But we are bound to give thanks. Oh, dang. Good night. Was it right? 2 Thessalonians 2 and. But we are bound to give thanks always to God for you, brethren, beloved the Lord, because ye have. What's going on here, bro? Y'all bear with me 1 second. Salaki. 2. Yeah. I actually believe. Well, this one go with a 2 right here. That was actually 3 and 13, Salakia. But it do, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to 2 and 13, Salakia. All right. I pulled the wrong scripture first. But we are bound to give thanks always to God for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord. All right. Because God had from the beginning chosen you to salvation. Meaning the Most High chose so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to be the people that he was going to save out of this world. All right. Through sanctification of the Spirit. And the way that he saved us out of the world is sanctification of the Spirit. What is sanctification? Sanctification is a cleansing, meaning it's to be clean. You know what I mean? That's how the Lord called us out of the world. You know what I mean? Everything else that, you know what I mean, we do in this earth, you know what I mean, could be considered or would be considered unclean to the Most High if it's contrary to what the Lord has, you know what I mean, deemed right and wrong. You know what I mean? If it's contrary to what the Lord has deemed right. All right. So, you know what I mean? That would make you unclean. So, for example, you know what I mean? Christianity would be something that's unclean. If you are a Christian, you would be considered unclean. You know what I mean? So sanctification of the what? Sanctification of the Spirit. You know what I mean? So if you was caught up in Islam, that would be considered, you know what I mean, filthy. You would have a filthy spirit. And you know what I mean? You would still be in the world. But when you come out of the world and you start to keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord, and you start to, you know what I mean, vibe in that on that frequency, you know what I mean, then now you be considered clean. You know what I mean? You are cleaned up in a spiritual sense. All right. So let's read on. And belief of the truth. All right. And belief of the truth. Belief of the truth. Like you got to believe the truth in order to be clean anyway. You understand? Like how you going to, what would be the purpose of, you know, what would be the purpose of, you know, not eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster? You don't believe in the truth. What would be the purpose of coming in and, you know what I mean, keeping all the protocols, you know what I mean, wearing the all black for 90 days or what have you, coming to class, taking notes and whatever, you know what I mean, if you didn't believe in the truth, you know what I'm saying? You could not become clean if you don't believe in the truth, right? It's just simple and plain, all right? It's not even, you know, we don't really even have to break that down. I think that's self-explanatory. But let's read on. Wherefore he called you by our gospel, hold on, to the obtaining of the glory of the Lord Yahweh Jesus Christ, Yahweh HaMashiach in the Hebrew. Wherefore he called you by our gospel to the obtaining of the glory of the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach. Therefore, brethren, stand fast and hold the tradition which ye have been taught, whether by word or our epistle. You know what I mean? Whether by word or our epistle, we have to really realize what we've been given here. You understand? What we've been given here is something absolutely, you know, it's a tremendous thing that we have been given inside of this kingdom. Like, you know what I mean? The wisdom that we have on how to deal with life, you know what I mean? In general, like just knowing how to deal with any aspect of life and anything you might be uncertain on, you can call for counsel and get the clarity on it. You know what I mean? Like having that type of, you know, having that type of you know what I mean, wisdom, you know what I'm saying? We have to understand that we've been given a great, great thing. You understand? We have a great thing. We can't forget how great and wonderful this thing is. You know what I'm saying? Because it is absolutely wonderful. It is absolutely great. And this is something that the truth is something that should be treasured. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? We shouldn't short anybody in coming into the truth by depriving them of the things that were, you know, the things that made us who we are. You know what I'm saying? You come in and the brother wear, you know, doing his 90 days, making sure that he wears all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. You know what I mean? That needs to be enforced because that's the thing that kept us. That's the thing that we had to go through. And coming into this truth. You know what I mean? The Hebrew Academy. That's something that, you know what I mean? That's a tradition that we keep. You know what I mean? And you know, has been passed down from the men that came before us that held on to the traditions of, you know what I mean, the school when it was initially founded. You know what I mean? Things like that. All the, you know what I mean, the correction that we receive and what have you. You know what I mean? The same amount of attention and care that we received in order to restore us back to the Lord and, you know, make sure that we were spiritually cleansed is the same type of energy that we should have when, you know what I mean, when we doing what we do, all right? So, with that being said, though, I'm right up on the time. So with that, I'm going to roll on y'all. Y'all make sure if you could, Baba Kashar, which means please in the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Boston No Cowards on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to that thing, man. And make sure you hit the bell as well. As y'all know, man, you know, our oppressor tried to took down our last channel. So, you know, you got to go up on there if you want to, you know, if you want to be, you know, locked in with all the information or what have you that we dropping, you know what I mean? You want to make sure you get on that YouTube channel. All right, get on the YouTube channel so you can stay posted on everything, you know what I mean, and what have you, all right? And once again, that's Boston No Cowards on YouTube. Boston space No Cowards is one word, all right? So hit that on the YouTube or what have you. You know what I mean? Let's get that thing right. And Bubba Shaw, if you also could, make sure you like this video right here on the Facebook, share it, whatever, what have you, you know what I mean? Dislike it, comment it, whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? Get this thing out there so we could push this truth and get brothers and sisters back in here and writing in order, all right? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm definitely going to roll. You know what I'm saying? With that, shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah Rocket Thumb. My brothers, Yahweh Shemol Lathan Bahashim Yahweh Shah to the sisters.